My brother showed up at my apartment with an empty pet carrier and gave me 1 hour to say goodbye to my dog because his kids decided they wanted him and my entire family took his side. 3 years ago, I adopted Biscuit, a golden retriever mix who'd been returned to the shelter twice for being too anxious. He shook constantly, hid under furniture, and wouldn't eat for his first week with me. It took 4 months of patience, training, and sleeping on the floor beside his crate before he trusted me completely. Now he's the happiest dog you've ever seen, and he follows me from room to room like my shadow. My brother Neil and I were never close. He's 7 years older, married with 2 kids, and has always treated me like an inconvenience our parents accidentally created. When our dad passed last year, Neil handled the estate and somehow ended up with a house, a car, and most of the savings. I got a box of photo albums and our mother's costume jewelry. I didn't fight it because grief made everything feel pointless. Then Neil's kids discovered Biscuit. They visited once for a birthday dinner and spent the whole evening chasing him around my small apartment, pulling his tail and screaming when he tried to retreat to his crate. Biscuit was shaking by the time they left. 2 days later, Neil called. "The kids won't stop talking about your dog," he said. "They want him. He's not a toy, Neil. He's my dog. You live in a tiny apartment. We have a backyard. It makes more sense for him to live with us." That's not how pet ownership works. You're being selfish. You're single with no kids. What do you even need a dog for? My children would give him a real family. I hung up on him. He called back 6 times. I didn't answer. That's when he showed up with the carrier. "I talked to Mom," he said, standing in my doorway like he owned the place. "She agrees the kids should have the dog." "Mom said that?" "She said family shares. Biscuit would have a better life with us. More space, more people, kids to play with." Those kids terrorized him last time they were here. He hid in his crate for 2 days after. They're children. They were excited. "You're being dramatic as usual." "I'm not giving you my dog, Neil." His face hardened. "Fine then. I'm telling Mom you're choosing an animal over family. You know how she gets? She'll take my side and you'll spend every holiday alone. Is that what you want?" He left without Biscuit, but the threat started immediately. My mother called crying about how I was tearing the family apart. My aunt sent texts about being reasonable. My cousin posted a passive-aggressive message about people who love pets more than children. Neil's wife started a campaign on the family group chat. Photos of their sad-looking kids saying they miss their dog. Someone suggested I was using Biscuit as a replacement for the children I'd never have. Then Neil texted me directly. "Last chance. Bring the dog to Mom's house on Sunday or I'm done with you. So is everyone else." I didn't respond. Instead, I called the shelter where I'd adopted Biscuit and asked if they kept records of returns. They did. They also kept notes about why animals came back. The woman on the phone got quiet. "Oh, Biscuit. I remember him. Poor thing was returned twice by families with young children, both times for anxiety and behavioral issues related to rough handling. We almost couldn't place him again. Could you send me documentation of that?" "May I ask why?" "Because someone's trying to take him from me, and they have young children who don't understand boundaries with animals." She emailed everything within the hour. Sunday came. I walked into my mother's house with Biscuit on his leash. Neil smirked from the couch. His kids immediately ran toward us screaming. Biscuit pressed himself behind my legs. "Glad you came to your senses," Neil said. "I came to show you something." I pulled out my phone and displayed the shelter records. Biscuit was returned twice because children in those homes couldn't treat him properly. Both times he developed severe anxiety that took months to address. The shelter specifically noted he should be placed in an adult-only home. My mother frowned. "What does that mean?" "It means if Neil takes this dog and those kids treat him the way they did at my apartment, Biscuit will regress. He might bite out of fear. And when that happens, you'll return him to a shelter where he'll probably be labeled aggressive and put down." Neil's wife went pale. "We'd never let that happen. You couldn't stop your kids from yanking his tail for 2 hours last month. I watched it happen." The room was silent. My mother looked at Neil's children, then at Biscuit, cowering behind me. "Neil," she said quietly, "maybe this isn't the right dog for your family." Neil exploded about disrespect and favoritism, but I was already walking out the door. "We don't speak